Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to season 13, episode 53, overall 713 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles, or known as EVs, or Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family-run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969 and has been an advertiser sponsor of the show for the past 3.5 years. And if you're also looking for an EV, an electric vehicle, there's no better place in town than Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. I hope everyone is doing well on this Monday, May 25th, 2026. It's a Memorial Day holiday in the U.S. We had ours last week, Victoria Day. So wishing my American friends a happy Memorial Day. And I want to say thank you to everyone for coming on here this morning. And I'm looking forward to my guest today. She's a friend of mine in the shows. This is her second appearance. She was on 6 months ago, and her name is Ashley Stewart. She is an author, a content creator, a speaker, and she's a very bright and very talented woman as well, out of the great state of Georgia. And we're going to bring on Ashley Stewart on right now. 1 second. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing good on this Monday, May 25th. It's finally, the weather's finally warming up here, and we finally got some sunlight. It's been cloudy, cold, and rainy here the last couple weeks.
Oh wow, we're getting rain this week, all week. Rain all week here in Georgia.
At least it's not snow.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So, anyways, I want to say thank you so much for coming back on. It's been 6 months since you were on our show last, November 28th, 2025.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed our conversation last time. I really did.
And this is my 713th episode today, so thank you for being a part of it.
Wow. Busy working man.
I love you know what? It's not work when you have a passion for it.
That is true. It's just life.
And also, too, when you get out of a toxic environment like I was, it makes a big difference when you work for yourself as an entrepreneur, and just being in a good environment really helps a lot, too.
Yes, definitely. It's been more calming to your nervous system. It's really peaceful.
So do you have any plans with your family today for Memorial Day in the States?
Yeah, we're going to the amusement park. And that's if the weather holds up. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. In like an hour, I think it's supposed to start. So, but we'll see.
What's your favorite thing about an amusement park? What do you like? The rides, the food?
Yes. The rides, that's my favorite part. I know, and it's always hard to find somebody to ride with you, but I love roller coasters. I love the thrill of it.
I'm scared of them.
Really? Most people are.
I prefer the water rides. I'm the water ride guy.
I like those too. I like all of it.
The water rides.
Oh, I don't know. It's just something about just the adrenaline rush that you get, just the up and down, the twists and turns. It's just
what's the scariest roller coaster you've been on?
I don't think I've ever had one that was really scary to me. I don't think I've ever been one that was, I don't know. I'm not afraid of it. It's more exciting. I don't know.
What makes a good roller coaster ride in your opinion?
The near-death experience. The fact that, like, if you're gonna like fall off, the thought of you like falling off, or I don't know, just the thought of that is just like, I know that's weird. That's probably what you probably think I'm weird. But just the thought of like, this might be my last hour being alive. Like, I don't know, just something about that feeling, that rush. I don't know if that's a trauma response. I don't know what that is, but I just like the thrill of it.
Now, I was going to ask you, since you go to an amusement park, do you have any favorite foods and drinks at an amusement park as well?
I love funnel cakes, and I love Philly cheesesteaks. Those are like my favorite drinks. I love any type of slushy, like a strawberry slushy, blueberry slushy. I love a slushy, especially when it's hot.
Blueberry for me. I'm on my way now for the Philly cheesesteak and the blueberry slushy drink.
Yeah, I love a good Philly and a good funnel cake, a really good one.
There's really ones that are here at Canada's Wonderland in Toronto. So if you ever come to Toronto, Canada's Wonderland is like our version of Cedar Point. It's like Canada's Wonderland's like one of the biggest amusement parks in Canada, and they have terrific funnel cakes there too.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to send you their website so you can check out all their rides and stuff like that if you ever do come to this area.
Okay, yeah, do that, please.
Fingers crossed the weather holds out for you.
I know, please. Please.
Ashley, so can you just tell our audience the latest with author Ash and your latest content?
Yeah, my latest content has lately been geared towards narcissism and just exposing, or really covert narcissism, because it's a hidden, it's very insidious. And so now I'm just trying to expose the hidden tactics that a lot of narcissists use on their targets. And I've talked a lot about narcissistic mothers or parents because I have a lot of experience with that. And, and just really talking or speaking to the people that could resonate with that content, because a lot of people, grew up with nurturing moms and caring moms, but there's a community of us that did not grow up with that. And so I feel like I'm giving them the voice and the language to discuss and articulate their experience. And so my latest content is basically surrounding like narcissism and, just exposing the signs of that.
In your opinion, do you feel narcissism is increasing in today's society?
I feel like, I don't know if it's increasing. I think it's being exposed and talked about more. I think it's always been a thing, but when you don't know, when you're on the opposite end of it, you don't really know that's what it is. And once you discover what it is and you're able to articulate what you're going through, and I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They now have the language to articulate their experience. And we're all finding this community of people that have similar experiences. So I think people are just bold enough now. Everyone's more courageous and bold enough now to actually speak their truth.
Do you find that social media and the internet has had a big impact on that too?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I feel like it has given a voice to the voiceless. I feel like people are now able to find community because in everyday life, you're not meeting these people that, have these experiences. But when you get online, you realize there's like a lot more people going through this than you realize. Because in real life, you feel alone. You feel like you're a problem. You feel like kind of crazy. People make you feel like you're crazy for noticing things and for saying certain things. And so with social media, it's just bringing so much awareness. It's bringing up so much conversation. And I love that about social media. We're able to connect with people all around the world now. And we didn't have that years ago. I don't know about you, but I'm a millennial. I grew up, I'm 40 years old. And so I didn't grow up with social media. There was no YouTube. There was no Google. There was nothing, there was just life. And you couldn't connect with someone in China. You couldn't connect with someone in Africa. You only dealt with the people that were around you. And so social media has brought us together in such a beautiful, beautiful way.
It really shrinks the world down.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And I'm 53, and I didn't have my first cell phone until I was 29. I didn't have my first laptop or computer until I was 31.
Oh wow. Okay. See, oh yeah, we didn't have we
Yep,
didn't have it. We just lived life. And
absolutely. Now,
mhm.
what are some of the major signs of narcissistic behavior?
The major signs, well, the major signs in covert narcissism, I say you look for inconsistencies in the person's behavior, inconsistencies in what they say versus what they do. That's one of the major signs. When you can see, like, okay, when they're with me, they're acting this way, they're saying this, but I notice when they're in this environment, they act different, they treat me differently, they're saying differently. That's a sign there that, okay, something's up. That's a major sign. Just them being very performative, just not being authentic and genuine, and not actually talking the talk and walking the walk. That's one of the major signs that I noticed about narcissistic people. They aren't genuine. They're very performative, just depending on who's around.
Now, with me, for that and narcissism, I find there's belittling behavior, playing small, shrinking, and people pleasing, which I've been guilty of doing myself. Just thoughts on those.
Just on you mean you were guilty of people pleasing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's not narcissism necessarily. You probably were a victim of narcissism. Normally that people pleasing is a response to dealing with a narcissism, because they're very controlling. They're all about them, and so you want to do whatever it takes to please them, to make them like you, and to make them comfortable. And so I used to be guilty of that too, people pleasing, and I'm slowly coming out of that. I work at it every day, in order to not dim myself, in order to not dim my light, because a lot of times they see the light in you, and they target you because you have a bright light. And I used to try to avoid being the target by dimming myself. And that's exactly what they want you to do. They will try to belittle you, and they'll do it in front of people. They love to like embarrass you in front of people with like backhanded compliments or like little jabs. They'll say little things that'll make you pause a little bit and go, wait, did they just say that? Like, was that an attack? And it's their way of trying to make you doubt yourself. It's a way of them trying to make you smaller, because they know you have the potential to be this amazing, great person. They know that you are an amazing, great person. You're pure. You have this light about you, and it just irritates their demons. It irritates them. And so they have to put you in your place. You know what I mean? They have to make you feel like you're a problem. And so that's when the targeting comes in. That's when they come in and try to belittle you, make you doubt yourself. They'll always, like, psychologically, they try to get in your head a lot. They try to get in your head a lot in order to stop you from becoming great or becoming better than them.
I would say in my case, keep you small, make you shrink, play small.
Yeah, they want you to play small. You're supposed to like stay in your lane, stay in this box, and their whole goal is for you to not be yourself, to not be who you are. They see something in you that they wish they had, and because they don't have it, they'll try to make you think it's a problem that you have it.
Do you find you're seeing more narcissistic behavior from families these days?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And growing up, we're always told that family's everything. We are told that no matter what, family loves you and supports you, but that is not always the case. Your family, sometimes they're like your biggest haters. They're the ones that see you. They see your potential first. they see it in you from day one. They known that you had this bright light, but they're hoping that you don't see it. And once you come to that realization, it's very disheartening. It's such an experience. It's a very unique experience, and a lot of people don't go through it. They don't understand it because the typical person has a close-knit family. They have a loving, supporting family. So when you grow up in a system that isn't supportive, a lot of times you don't even know what your gifts are. You don't know what your talents are. You don't know what you're good at because no one in your family is reflecting it back to you. No one in your family is telling you, hey, I see that you ask a lot of good questions. You don't hear things like that. They don't say things like, hey, you're really good at this. Oh, you're doing that pretty well. You don't hear that from your family. You're kind of like ignored. You're teased and mocked a lot more than mirrored.
I can relate because when I started this 6.5 years ago, I had people telling me, oh, you had a good job, you had benefits, pension. And I said, listen, I was not happy. I was not happy there at all. And I said, I want to switch careers. And then I've been told, oh, you work from home. That's not legitimate. And I find a lot of strangers have been really supportive of me, but I find some people that were close to me are not. And I totally agree with you. And some of my biggest supporters are people that I just met. And I've met a lot of people that switched careers during the pandemic, March 2020. And I just try to surround myself around with positive people, and blood related. It's not necessarily family. It's people that actually like you and support you too. And jealousy and envy. I wanted to ask you on this too. Jealousy and envy too. I think it's increasing these days.
Yeah, it is. I think it's getting worse. I think people are getting more. I think they're getting more bold in expressing their envy and jealousy. It's like, recently I was in the store the other day and this lady had the audacity to comment on my body. And I'm like, wow, like, you don't even know me and you're commenting on my body. And I'm like, would this have happened, 5-10 years ago? Like, no.
A funny story, last year when I came back from a sporting event in Toronto, I took a train and I'm walking back to my car, and then this woman says something to me, and I'm like, I didn't know her, a stranger. And she goes, you got nice legs. And I'm like, I had to say, oh, can you excuse me? And she said, oh, no, you got really nice legs. And I'm like, wow, I've never had somebody tell me that I had nice legs. Just a small comment like that. And it's like, I said to her, thank you very much. I really appreciated that, because I'm used to hearing negative things about me, because I know I'm not skinny, and I'm always hearing, oh, you're overweight, you need to lose weight. But it's nice when people give you comments, especially someone who's a stranger.
Yeah, it is. And you'll find that strangers will support you more than the people that's closest to you. Because I think the people closest to you, they see you a certain way. They see you and they have a certain limit to you. There's a cap to, in their mind, of where you should go and what you should be. And when you exceed that limit that they have set in their head about you, they get uncomfortable. They start to distance themselves from you. You'll notice that you'll get less phone calls. You'll get invited out less places. You'll notice that they're all hanging out together and no one invites you out. You'll notice that, like I said before, they'll start saying little things. They may say, oh, you think you're too good now, or you think that you're better, or you think you know everything. You think you're so smart. You think you're so talented. And it's like, what? Like, no, I'm just growing. I'm growing into who I am. And they don't understand that because they're so stagnant. They're stuck. And they have just such a limited view of you in the world. And when you break out of that box that they had you in, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know what to do with it. And so that's why they attack it instead of support it. Instead of, maybe rising up to your level, they try to bring you down to theirs in order to make themselves feel comfortable, in order to regulate their emotions, surrounding you. And it can be a very painful thing to go through. And a lot of people don't talk about the grief that comes along with realizing that the people you thought loved you really don't love you, or they really don't support you the way that you thought that they should. Such a lonely feeling. It's such a you have to go through this stage of grief and letting the idea that you had of them in your head, you got to let that go and look at the reality, look at what they're showing you, look at their behavior, not their title, but their behavior. Just because that's your mom, yeah, that's your mom, but then look at how your mom is treating you. Look at how your mom is talking to you. Look at how, she doesn't support you, how she doesn't pour into you. Would you accept that from a regular person? No. So why would you accept that from a family member? Take away that title and look at the behavior, look at the reality of who they are versus their title.
I cut off a family member 5 years ago and I have no regrets. And also, since I switched careers, my inner circle has shrunk. And a lot of my inner circle now are people that aren't necessarily blood related, just people that are passionate about what they're doing, like I am. And I find it's not important. You don't want to be around people that are jealous of you or negative and don't believe in you. So my inner circle I've cut down.
Right. And you'll see that happen as you become more of yourself, as you step into your power. You're going to lose a lot more. When you start to level up, and I actually made a video about this that I'm going to post very soon. When you level up, it's not all rainbows and sunshine at first, because when you level up, you're actually going to lose a lot of people. You're going to lose a lot of you might even lose your job. You're gonna lose access to certain environments. People, you'll notice that your circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller. That's because you're making room for the people that need to be there. You're making room for the people that actually are going to support you. And it can be a lonely journey until you find your tribe, until you find your community of people.
Ashley, how difficult is it to get away from somebody who's constantly belittling you and keeping you small, and how much can it affect your mental health?
Well, if it's a family member, it's definitely difficult. It's definitely difficult when you're getting away from a family member versus whether or not, it's maybe like a coworker or something, or, just a random stranger. But when it's family that's belittling you, it's very difficult to break away. You have a hard time breaking away from that because of all the criticism and judgment that you may get from your family and the outside world looking in. You're going to have to have a strategy. You're going to have a plan. And in order to break away from that, you can either go low contact or no contact. And that's all depending on that's all depending on your life and what you want for your life and what is, what's best for your peace. And so if going no contact is the way to go, for me, what I did, I just completely stopped talking to the people that were belittling me or mocking me or criticizing me. I will block in a minute. If I'm in a relationship with someone, I will leave. Like, I'm just to the point where I will leave, but I understand a lot of people can't do that. It's very difficult for them. So I would say you just do it slowly. You might start turning down invites. They may have a family gathering, or you can say, I'm busy, I can't make it this time. Just slowly start detaching yourself from that system. Whether it's a job, you can start looking for another job. If you feel like your boss is always belittling you, mocking you, not taking your work seriously, start looking for another job. You don't have to tell anybody on the job that you're looking for another job, but just start looking elsewhere. Start making your exit plan and, strategize, be intentional about it. Be very intentional, but it is difficult. And it affects your mental health because a lot of people they'll gaslight you into thinking that you're the problem, that you are the one that changed. They're going to make you think that they're perfect and that you are the one that's coming in. You're sensitive, like you're too sensitive, or I didn't mean that the way you felt, or I didn't say it like that. They're going to gaslight you. It is going to have an effect on your mental health. And that's why you have to really know yourself. You have to really know yourself and know what you want for yourself in order to break away.
One thing I've learned too, I used to be a people pleaser and wanted everyone to like me. The older
Mhm.
I've gotten now, it's like I treat people the way I want to be treated. And if I don't like the way I'm being treated, I just walk away. I listen to my gut feelings. If my gut feelings say don't trust this person, there's something with them, I
Yeah.
listen to my gut feelings now because there's certain people that just give off negative vibes, and I've
Yeah.
kind of got my eyes open to that now. I used to keep it closed just to be a
Yeah.
people pleaser and fit in, and now it's like, no, if I don't like somebody, but I also realize too, if you don't like somebody, don't get into words with them. The best way is silence.
Yeah.
Silence is more powerful than words. I've learned this from my personal experience with a family member 5 years ago. I kind of said some harsh words, maybe I shouldn't have said, but I just kept it in for years and years and decades, and it came out. And now I've learned that if I don't like somebody, I go no contact and silence, because I find silence is more powerful than words.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And also, when you argue with them, you give them a narrative to spin about you. You give them, because they want that reaction from you. They're trying to get you upset. They want to see you upset. They want to see that outburst. And when you do give them that reaction, to them, they think, wow, this person cares. I really have them. And they can take whatever you said, they'll twist it and turn it, and they'll start this smear campaign against you. Or they'll go back and they flip the narrative into you being the problem. But when you're silent and you don't give them anything, they can't do anything with silence. You destabilize them when you're silent. There's nothing that they can do, and they're forced to kind of reflect a little bit. They're forced to either reflect on themselves, retreat, and or just leave you alone when you're silent. And I will tell anybody, silence is power. I know that a lot of people, a lot of clients will ask me, well, I don't want them to think that I'm scary. I don't want them to think that I'm weak because I'm silent. And I'm like, no, you're not weak. You know for yourself that you know how to stand up for yourself. It doesn't matter how they perceive your silence. You know that your silence is a form of protection, a form of power. It's protecting your mental health. It's protecting your energy. That's what it's all about. It's not about what they think about your silence. It's all about you protecting your peace with your silence.
100%. And what I've done is learn from my past experience and apply it now too. And I just find if my gut feeling says something's not right about a certain person or persons, then
Mhm.
to walk away from them, and silence is a big thing here. Ashley, I wanted to play one of your videos from your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Author Ash One on YouTube. I've already subscribed, liked, and shared. And it's a
Okay.
video called Sign Someone Actually Sees You for Who You Are. And I just wanted to play that video right now and get your thoughts on it after.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And 1 second, we're going to play the video right now. Sign Someone Actually Sees You for Who You Are from Ashley Stewart, or author Ash One on YouTube as well. I'm going to play the clip right now.
Okay.
Correctly feels unfamiliar. It's different, not in a loud, dramatic way. It's subtle, but it's clear. The first sign is you don't feel the need to over explain. You're not trying to clarify every little thing. You're not worried about being misinterpreted because they're already meeting you with understanding, not assumption. Second, they don't reduce you to just one trait. They don't see you as just the pretty one, just the strong one, or just the quiet one. They recognize that you're layered, that you can be confident and soft, observant and expressive, strong and still human. They allow you to be whole. Third, they listen to understand, not to respond. They're not waiting for their turn to speak. They're not trying to fit you into a narrative. They're actually present, and you can feel that. Fourth, there's no competition, No subtle comparisons. No weird energy when you're doing well. They don't feel threatened by your confidence. They're not trying to outshine you. They're comfortable with who you are. They're comfortable with who they are, so they can appreciate who you are. Fifth, you feel safe being yourself. Not perfect, not polished, just real. You don't feel like you have to perform. You don't feel like you have to shrink. You don't feel like you have to filter yourself to be accepted. And that kind of safety is rare. And finally, they don't just see you, they support you. Not in a performative way, not just with words, but in how they show up, how they speak about you, how they treat you when you're not in the room. Because being seen without support is still a form of distance, but being seen and supported, that's alignment. And once you experience that, you stop settling for anything less. You stop trying to convince people to understand you. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Because now you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like to be seen clearly. And the truth is, that's the standard, not the exception. Once you're truly seen, you stop chasing understanding. The right people won't need an explanation. They'll already understand. Being seen clearly is the standard, not the reward. If this video resonated with you, subscribe to the channel to continue the conversation. On this channel, we have conversations on topics such as jealousy, envy, boundary setting, confidence, and healing from narcissistic abuse. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you so much for letting me play that video.
Oh, you're welcome.
From your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel again?
It's Author Ash 1.
And also on TikTok too, I believe. Arthur Ash 1 on.
Yeah, Author Ash 1 on TikTok and YouTube.
Any plans for a website in the future?
In the future, yeah, for sure. As it grows, yeah.
Can you just tell our audience a little bit about that video? Sign someone actually sees you for who you really are, and just thoughts on that video.
Yeah, when someone really sees you for who you are, you can actually kind of feel it. You know, you feel kind of calm around them. You feel at ease. You don't feel like judged. You don't feel like they are, studying you. You don't have that feeling, and they actually see you for who you are. They're not constantly projecting onto you and assuming things about you. They actually want to get to know you. They ask you questions about yourself. They listen to you when you speak, and they listen to understand you. They don't listen to respond. They're not sitting back waiting to respond. They're actually listening to you and taking in what you're saying. And you can also, you can feel that when you're talking to somebody. And you also, that when you're speaking to someone that is truly seeing you or trying to get to know you, they understand that you're layered, that you aren't just this one particular thing. They know that humans are complicated, they're complex, everything is nuanced. They're able to see different perspectives. They're not very judgmental or critical of you. They are they're very calm. People who actually understand you, you're going to think at first when you meet them, you're going to think they're kind of boring, honestly, because they're just so calm and they are very peaceful. And that's one of the major signs, like when they feel kind of boring, that's when you know that you're speaking to someone that may be authentic, someone that's pure-hearted, that's not like targeting you, because you want to look for if someone is like just overly curious about you. Because there's one thing, you can be curious about someone, but when they go into just like asking you personal questions right away, that's a clear sign that they may not be trying to get to know you as a person. They're just trying to get intel on you, information on you to just take back to gossip about or talk about. And I also talked about how you won't feel competitiveness for this person. Like if you share something with them, like, oh, I have a podcast, and they come in and like, well, I have a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like you don't feel that competitiveness from there. They're not doing that tit for tat. It's not like, oh, if you share like, oh, I wrote 5 books. Oh, well, I spoke at this event. And it's like, I'm not telling you to brag. I'm talking to you about myself, but they're interpreting it as a competition, and they're trying to one up you. So you want to look for that as well.
I've gotten rid of people that always used to do that to me, always one up me, and now I've got them out of my life. I want people that support me, and I also when I talk to people, I want to know about them as well. So I also have learned too, as much as I love sharing my stories with people, I want to talk to other people about themselves as well. And that's what I love about this show. It's not about me, it's about my guests and their stories as well. And by the way, I have a viewer watching on Facebook. He's a former guest of mine. He's been on my show as a guest. He was in the U.S. military for 20 years, and he's a professional motorcycle rider out in California. His name's Edward Hearn. He's a friend of mine. He has a question for you from Facebook. Have you ever dealt, Ashley, with women that are prior military that are in leadership roles who are not as feminine?
I have not. No, I haven't dealt with military women in leadership roles. No, I've dealt with women that have been in the military, but not in leadership roles. So no, I haven't.
Thank you, Edward, for the question. And thoughts on the impact of social media with your content? Because you post a lot of content on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, I've had a lot of viewers or followers reach out to me and say that, oh my God, you opened my eyes. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. And that's really why I do what I do. They was like, wow, I didn't know that this is what I was going through, or you just explained that so well, or I went through that. They can relate to the things that I say, and they share their stories and they share their experiences, and they just get this aha moment when they look at my content. It was like, oh, that's what that was. That's why they act weird towards me. That's why they try to belittle me. That's why they target me. That's why they exclude me. And it's like, yeah, they're excluding you because they see how great you are. When people see your greatness, a lot of times, unfortunately, they don't embrace it. They do not embrace the good things about you. A lot of people, unfortunately, are insecure. Now, everyone has insecurities, but when you're just overall insecure, when you're speaking to someone who is confident in who they are and what they do, you are going to feel uncomfortable around that person. And so when they feel uncomfortable around you, they're going to try to do things to make themselves feel comfortable by talking about you, by belittling you, by trying to make you appear, incompetent. They love to try to make you feel like you're stupid. That's one of their tactics. That's one of the ways.
Or make you feel small.
Yeah, to make you feel small, make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about, or to make you feel like you don't have it all together. And that's how you know you're dealing with somebody who's insecure. Because someone who's confident and sure of themselves, they're not going to try to attack you. They're not going to belittle you. If anything, they're going to try to help you. They're going to compliment you. They're going to tell you the great things about yourself. They're going to say, wow, you speak very well, or you explain that well, or I like your personality. They're going to let you know that they see you. They're going to let you know that. But someone who's insecure, someone who, is miserable, unsure about their goals, they look at you and they see that you're sure about what you're doing. Like, oh my God, he has this business, or she has this talent, and they are confident in that. And it's like, I don't have that. I don't have anything that I'm proud of. I don't have anything that I'm working on. And so they attack you for it, or they target you for it.
And I remove those people from my life too, by the way. And also, I should put you in touch with one of my other guests. Her name's Coach Glamazon. She's out of California. And I swear to God, you guys would get along very well because she's got the similar beliefs as you. And I might be starting a podcast show with her in September called Stop Shrinking. No, Start Shining and Stop Shrinking. So
Oh, wow.
maybe,
Okay.
maybe we'll have you a part of that show as well.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I love speaking on these topics and I love bringing awareness to these things because you'll be surprised at a lot of people that don't know. And I wish I would have had all of this information when I was younger. I could have bypassed so much stuff. I wish I had YouTube. I wish I would have had podcasts and all that
Yeah.
growing up talking about narcissism and going no contact and things like that, and we get to help the generation that's coming up, process these things. We get to talk about these things and give a voice to the voiceless. And I'm really passionate about it and I love it. And so, yeah, just anytime you need me to come on and you want me to come on, I'm there.
Absolutely. And since I've switched careers, I've met so many positive people. I've met people I never thought I would meet. And I'm very fortunate and lucky. And then what I love about this show is I've been able to connect guests with other guests as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's about building that community. It's about networking. And it's just about building a community, a group of like-minded individuals, because we need that in this world. We really need that right now.
More positivity and less negativity. And it's like when I'm going to a baseball game today with some of my cousins, I don't see them that often because we're all busy. But when we go to a baseball game, we have a fun time. We like each other, we get along with each other, and it's just a nice day. And it's just the baseball game's great, nice, but the company, having good company is important, whether they're family or they're friends. It's important to surround yourself with the right company.
Exactly. Because I used to normalize being around people that teased me a lot. I used to normalize being around people that belittled me and mocked me. I thought that was normal because that's what I grew up around. And then when you get older, you realize I don't like this. Like what you're saying is actually hurtful. What you're doing actually hurts my feelings and I don't want to put up with it anymore. I shouldn't have to put up with it. Like when you're friends or family with someone, you don't want to have to always be on guard. You don't want to always have to feel like you're waiting for them to attack you, bracing yourself for them to say something slick. And you want to be around people where you're comfortable, where you feel safe, where you feel seen and heard and supported. That's important.
Hey, Ashley, if you got a few more minutes, question here I wanted to get to you. Any plans for a sixth book and maybe your own podcast show in the future? And just to mention your other books that you've written as well and where people can find them and purchase them.
Okay, yeah. In the future, yes, I would love to write more books. I would love to start a podcast. My books, I've written 5 books so far, as you stated. And my next book would be around the narcissistic mother or parenting. And you can find my books at arthurash.store. It's also the link on my YouTube channel at Ashley1. The handle is Ashley1. And also on TikTok, Author Ash 1. The link is there as well. You can purchase books. I have a course. I also have a lot of, I have not a lot, but I have a couple of free ebooks for people who just maybe if you want to just try my work and see, what I'm talking about. I have a couple of free ebooks that you can download. I have, interviews that I've done also on my site. Again, it's authораsh.store. You can see past interviews. You can get access to my socials. You can see my media kit is also there, and that's a good way if people want to contact me for any speaking engagements or any one-on-one consultation, because a lot of times these situations are very nuanced and people want, personalized information. So if you want to talk to me one-on-one, I'm available for that as well.
Out of all your books, which one would you recommend for me? And if I do purchase a book, will you sign it for me?
I sure will. Yes. My most popular book would be The Art of Being Mean. It's my most popular one. I would recommend that one for you. It's the Guide to Setting Unapologetic Boundaries. Basically, I talk about how to set boundaries without feeling guilty. Because a lot of times we feel guilty when we tell people no, we feel guilty for distance ourselves. And here I kind of teach you how to set the boundaries and how not to feel guilty about setting boundaries and how to recognize when someone's behavior is toxic, when it's narcissistic. And so I would definitely recommend this book, The Art of Being Mean.
Now, is it in audio form too, or Kindle?
It's Kindle and paperback. No, I don't have audio form at this time, but that's a good suggestion. I should look into that.
Sometimes I come up with good ideas occasionally.
That was good.
Once in a while. Hey, Ashley, as we wrap this show up, can you just explain the term about your 5 top horror stories?
Oh, yeah. It's a trend on TikTok now. It's just about the top 5 things in your life that that horrify you. And what I put on my on my on my horror story, I said that my horror story, I was like fake support, secret competition, backhanded compliments, people smiling in your face and basically talking about you behind your back, and hating your glow up, hating you for leveling up, for basically doing better in life. Those are my horror stories.
I'm going to put you on the spot here as we wrap this up, Ashley. What's one fun fact about author Ash, and what's next on your bucket list?
Oh, okay. A fun fact. Interesting fun fact. Oh God, I don't really know. What's interesting? I don't know.
Or you can ask me what's a fun fact about myself.
Yeah, what's a fun fact about you?
I used to be 5'9", now I'm 5'6".
Oh yeah. How is that possible?
I'm 53. I'm 53.
Oh, so as you get older, you start, people get shorter as they get older?
Yeah.
Oh wow. You know what? I always wanted to be short. I always hated my height. That's interesting. Okay.
And the rain too, being out in the rain. I'm left-handed. I'm left-handed and I love pasta food. I look Italian, but I'm not, but I love Italian food. I'm left-handed, and I've transitioned from being in security into media, and I love what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm afraid of heights, by the way. I'm afraid of heights and roller coasters.
Really?
Yes.
I love it. I love roller coasters. I love the adrenaline. But I plan on, in the future, yes, I plan on writing more books, and I plan on starting a podcast. Hopefully you can be on my podcast, Chris.
Absolutely. Now, have you come up with a name for your show yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I will come up with some names and send them to you in a message.
Yeah, definitely. We can brainstorm. That'll be fun.
Absolutely. And finally, ask the host CDP a question. Do you have a question for me before I wrap up this show? Put me on the hot seat.
Okay. What are your future plans? What do you have planned in the future?
If I can't get on traditional radio again, then to continue to build this brand, I would like to get more companies advertising on the show, just continue to build my brand and continue to grow as a media person, as a talk show host, producer, content creator, and to continue to get more media opportunities as well. And as much as I love sports, my show is very diverse with guests and topics, because I don't want people to stereotype me. Oh, he can only talk sports. So I'm just trying to improve, get better, and continue to learn.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay.
Have you thought about your own merchandise one day too?
Oh yes, of course. My own cosmetic. I would love to have my own cosmetics line. I love like makeup and things like that. So I would love to do like a lip gloss or a lipstick. Yeah, for sure.
What's your favorite color?
Pink. I love pink. I'm a girly girl.
Why pink?
I don't know. I've always loved pink since I was a little girl. Barbie was like my favorite toy to play with. I had all kind of Barbie dolls and clothes and things like that. I just love pink. I always thought when I grew up I was going to have a pink home, just like Barbie. A pink car, a pink home, like just pink everywhere.
I had a guest on a couple years ago. I can't remember their name now. If I do, I will get back to you. Apparently they have like 40 or 50,000 Barbie dolls.
Oh, wow.
They collected it.
Oh, wow. I never collected. I should have kept my collection, but I had so many Barbies growing up. Yeah.
I had all the Star Wars stuff, you know, the original Star Wars back in the 70s and 80s. I had all their stuff, and back then we kids played with it. And if I'd known, if I'd saved it and put it in mint condition, how much it would be worth nowadays.
I know. So what happened? You threw everything away?
Just played with it. I had the cups, I had all the toys, the figurines and stuff like that. And back in the 70s and 80s, kids didn't think, oh, geez, I should put this away for the future.
Yeah, that's true.
And I find too, the older I get, everything goes back to retro, with albums, bell bottom jeans, records, roller skating. It just seems like everything that was popular in the past seems to be coming back.
Yep, it eventually comes back. Yeah.
Now, if you had a choice between, what kind of dessert do you like in Georgia? Obviously, Georgia's the peach state. What's your favorite pie?
Oh, I love strawberry cheesecake. Oh my God, that's my favorite. That's my favorite dessert.
Ironically, I had that last night.
Really?
And by the way, I wish you were closer to me, because this Saturday I will be at a little small town, and they're having a taco Mexican cheesecake festival.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so great to attend. I love cheesecake.
So I will be doing video of eating Mexican food, but also going around testing the best cheesecake.
Oh wow! And you're gonna post that, right? You're gonna post it and ready. Okay.
And my favorite cheesecake, I love strawberry and raspberry, but blueberry. Blueberry's number one.
Okay. Blueberry's okay.
Now I'm getting hungry as we wrap up the show, actually. You need your own coffee mug and t-shirt hat too.
Oh yeah, t-shirts.
Oh, and pink.
Yep.
See, I can be your marketer.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, Ashley, where can our audience again follow you on social media, and the best way of contacting you?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm on, let's see, YouTube, Author Ash. The handle is Author Ash 1. It's the same for TikTok as well. My email address is ashleygaloore888@gmail.com. That's if you want to a lot of people want to email me to just tell me their stories, or to reach out to me to just, talk to me one-on-one, to ask questions about consultations and things like that. But if you would like to book consultations, if you would like to take a look at my books, at my course, my ebooks, you all can visit authorash.store.
And I want to say thank you so much for coming on here today, Ashley, and continue success in what you do. I really like your content. I can relate to it, and I'm sure a lot of other people as well. How satisfying knowing that you've been able to help other people, specifically women, but I'm assuming some men too, besides myself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for bringing me on, and thank you for, speaking about my work. But it's a great feeling. It is an absolutely great feeling to be able to help people, and to help give them clarity, and to help, to help people understand what they've been through, and to help them process what they've been through, and to help them move forward, and to know that there's another side to life after manipulation and gaslighting and all that stuff, that there's life after that, and that you don't have to always stay confused. You don't have to, dim your light. Let your light shine. And I love, pouring into my clients and letting them know that you are allowed to be yourself and shine bright, and to do what you love and be who you are with no guilt,
I just found a name for your podcast when you have it. You want to hear it?
Yeah. What is it?
Shine Not Shrink with Author Ash.
Shine Not Shrink. Okay. That's going to go. Okay. That's going to go on the list there.
And hopefully the weather will cooperate, and you have a great time at the amusement park. And post a picture of you two on a ride as well.
Okay. All right.
But be safe. Be safe. Don't film on these rides that go up 200, 300 feet in the air.
I will not. Well, thank you so much for having me on, Chris. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy our conversations.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day holiday in the States. God bless you. And we'll definitely have you back on this show or the Small Talk podcast in the future. Thank you so much, Ashley.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. That wraps up season 13, episode 53, overall 713 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. As we wrap this show up, guys, I am off to Toronto this afternoon with my cousins to see the Miami Marlins and Otto Lopez, who I interviewed a couple years ago down in Buffalo, take on the Toronto Blue Jays and Vladimir Guerrero, who I don't think will be playing tonight. And Trey Savage is starting. So I'm going to be seeing the Miami Marlins and the Toronto Blue Jays tonight at the Rogers Center, 7:07 first pitch. Check out my social media pages for social media content there as well. And as we wrap the show up, guys, the next Argo Bounce podcast show with Chris Palme and Nick Small is going to take place tomorrow, Tuesday, May 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern, with Chris and myself, Chris and Nick, talking about the Argos 20-10 win over Hamilton in preseason. And we're going to preview the Argos final preseason game this Friday, May 29th, 7 o'clock at Alumni Stadium at the University of Guelph. Argos and Cats, you can get tickets through griffins.ca. So if you're a fan of the Argonauts CFL, check out the Argo Bounce podcast show Tuesday, May 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern. The next Small Talk podcast with myself, Chris Palme, and Marlene Sharp will take place on Thursday, May 28th at 8 p.m. with two special guests as well. And I do have another Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk show coming up this week as well. I have a very busy week coming up with my 4 talk shows and also my final career speaking opportunity this year in 2026 with the Business Education Partnership of Waterloo Region. I will be at a local high school in Kitchener tomorrow with the Business Education Partnership of Waterloo Region as well. So a big shout out to Jennifer Burnstill and the organizers of the Business Education Partnership of Waterloo Region as well. That is about it. I want to say thank you to Ashley Stewart, who is a 5-time author, a content creator, and a feminine leadership voice guiding women, for coming on our show today. And as we wrap up the show, guys, again, brought to you by the folks at Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Speaking of Barry Cullen Chevrolet, there is an Adventure Starts package with an EV health check at Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Each package includes a complimentary barbecue utensil, includes a 12-volt battery condition check, a 70-point vehicle health check, tire rotation, underbody wash, for $239.99 for cars and trucks. More details at barrycullen.com or call the dealership at 519-824-0210. This offer for your electric vehicle ends on May 31st, 2026. So you've got 6 days left to take advantage of this Adventure Starts EV health check offer at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, the proud sponsor and advertiser of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. And as we wrap up this show, guys, if you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0. Visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. There are dogs like Cookie and Blue down there that are looking for their forever homes and good families. And Michelle and their staff do a wonderful job in looking after our homeless furry friends down there. So if you're looking to adopt, consider the Cambridge District Humane Society. All the animals' profiles and information are on cambridgehumanesociety.org. And at the Cambridge District Humane Society, you can't buy happiness, but you can adopt it. And the Cambridge District Humane Society is just located right across from the Cambridge Center Mall. So please check out their website and come down and see one of these animals that are up for adoption. Dogs, cats. They do a really great job down at the Cambridge District Humane Society. And I'm a proud volunteer twice a week as a dog walker and a fundraiser as well. So if you're looking to adopt, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society again at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. And guys, that is about it for today. I want to say thank you so much to my guest, Ashley Stewart, for coming on a second time. Please check her out on her social media sites, Author Ash1, her YouTube channel, Author Ash1, and also on TikTok, Author Ash1 as well. And her books are available on Amazon if you'd like to purchase one of her books, again, on Amazon.com or Amazon.ca. I hope everybody has a great day. And please check out my social media picture. Please check out my social media tonight for some videos and some pictures from the Blue Jays Marlins games. And that's it. And we will see you back here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for the Argo Bounce podcast show with Nick Small and myself. And again, Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show will return this week with a special guest. Details to be announced. And the Small Talk podcast this Thursday, May 28th, 8 p.m. with Marlene Sharp and myself and our two special guests. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night for the Argo Bounce podcast show. And again, Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show is brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Have a great day, everybody.